Welcome to the Milk and Cookies podcast. This is the super amazing podcast. It's absolutely everything to do with American football and nothing to do with milk and cookies, except for right now, in which almost all of us have milk and cookies. But as always, I'm Alex with Frankie, Anthony, and Leon. So without further ado, we're going to go over week 9, and it was an interesting one. Interesting week 9 from start to finish, from Thursday night all the way to Monday night.
What was the most interesting game for you?
Buffalo Jacksonville.
That was not just because Josh Allen picked off Josh Allen.
It wasn't even that whole aspect there. Like, it's just the fact that the Bills offense, remember in the first couple of weeks, they were steamrolling almost everybody by at least 30. Then you go to Jacksonville and you put up 6, not even a touchdown, 2 field goals. And then you have Trevor Lawrence and Urban Meyer, of all people, win by 3 points.
That was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I turned it on and I'm like, it doesn't seem right.
Mm-mm.
Doesn't seem right at all.
No, it wasn't. It was one of the very many games that was weird. For instance,
it was a trap game.
It was, I think this entire week were trap games, honestly. You have what? The Giants
Raiders
beating the
Giants.
Raiders, Atlanta beating the Saints, Denver beating Dallas.
I got a bone to pick with that game.
Dude, there were so many games that were trap games. Kansas City beating a beaten up Green Bay because they didn't have Aaron Rodgers, which honestly was a very, very bad game. Very big letdown, in my opinion. Tennessee beating the Rams. I mean, the list goes on and on. But let's start off with the Indy Jets game. You have Mike White got hurt. Yeah, Mike White comes in. Everybody's expecting a huge game. He gets injured. In comes Josh Johnson, a name that I haven't heard in God knows how long.
He was a bug.
He was. Yeah, and what does he do? He helps rally the Jets. It was still a loss. They still lost by 15, but heck, how do you rally a team with a third-string quarterback and still manage to drop 30 on the Colts? I mean, that's still pretty good. I'm happy to see that Carson Wentz is actually starting to live up to his hype.
Unless he's just going to get murdered this week by Jacksonville.
Do you really think the Colts will lose to Jacksonville?
I don't think
stranger things have happened.
I understand stranger things have happened, but I don't see that happening. No comment to that. What, Leon?
That was just a one-game thing from the Jags. Bills, they slept on the Jags, and that's what happened.
Josh Allen slept on Josh Allen. Look what happened.
And Josh Allen got sacked 5 times.
Josh Allen got hit bad by the Jacksonville defense. I was one part of the Jacksonville team that I was not expecting to show up in that game. I thought maybe the offense would have stepped up. No, not at all.
Defense, though.
Defense killed it for some reason. That defense looked pretty similar to the 2017 Jags defense, in my opinion.
They don't have a great defense personnel-wise, if you ask me.
No, of course not. But it's the fact that it was able to be replicated. What else?
You know what game was interesting to me was the Titans and the Rams. I was shocked at how well Tennessee played.
That was an interesting game.
Is Tennessee the best team in the AFC?
No.
Who is?
Who's the best team?
Bills.
Bills. I think Bills.
I still go Bills.
I don't know.
You want me to look at the standing?
I mean, okay, Tennessee's in first place, 7-2. Yeah, you get it. But you also figure that, 6 of those wins were kind of on the back of Derrick Henry, who is now out until playoffs. 6 to 10 weeks puts him
not
right
even.
Playoffs.
He's out. He's not even going to be back for playoffs. And if you get Adrian Peterson running, you get Adrian Peterson. He had a great game against the Rams defense.
Yeah, he did. But here's the thing, Anthony, is Derrick Henry is out 6 to 10 weeks. 6 to 10 weeks as of last week, which was what, week 8?
9.
So, no, this was week 9, but when he injured himself was week 8. So 6 weeks from that point is week 14, and even 10 weeks is the first week of playoffs. So assuming that the Titans make it to the playoffs, Derrick Henry is expected at worst to be back by the first week, by wildcard weekend.
If they make the playoffs.
If they make the playoffs is the key word. I completely agree. But that's the thing. If Tennessee can keep coasting along and make the playoffs, they will have Derrick Henry back week 1 of the playoffs, the wild card.
I don't see Derrick Henry being back. He's hurt. Even if he is back, you get Adrian Peterson, and if he stays healthy, he'll be your RB1.
Mm-hmm.
And then your backup's Jeremy McNichols.
I agree, but the thing is that Adrian Peterson is a 36-year-old running back. The last time I saw a 36-year-old running back hit the league at a decent standing was Frank Gore, and he's a free agent now.
He's gonna MMA fight someone.
Yes, that is true. But dude, Adrian Peterson is just along for this 1 year.
Yeah.
Remember, he was signed literally last week to play this game. Before that, no one else wanted to pick him up. Nobody else allowed him to come onto the team. This wasn't like he just jumped from practice squad to practice squad. He was literally picked up after week 8 on the practice squad and elevated last week.
And he went crazy.
I mean, you get 9 points of fantasy and you figured that it's what? You had a couple rushes, got 31 yards, and you got a touchdown. That's not bad. It's not bad for his first game back, but he needs to show up. What'd you say, Frankie?
The benefit that Tennessee has is they have an easy schedule.
They do have an easy schedule, but if you also look at that game, look at that Tennessee game. All right, you got
that was a statement win.
Yes,
that was a statement.
Statement win. I also believe that it was honestly off of luck. Bad plays.
If Von Miller was in that game, if Von Miller played that game, do you think Von Miller would have made a difference?
I don't think Von Miller alone would have caused 12 points to be silenced, but it's the exact same time. I know.
But Hayden Hurst, he's a good tight end.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He made that crucial catch.
Not bad for the guy that was all previous Raven that was traded to them.
Cordell Patterson had a big catch at the end of that game. He is a Swiss Army knife.
Cordell Patterson's looking scary. You figured
he was a Raider.
Cordell Patterson's been on almost every single team. He was with the Bears, the Patriots, the Raiders. I mean, dude, he's the next journeyman positional player.
He's like Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, pretty much.
Switching gears. Did anybody expect Minnesota to hang with Baltimore?
No.
Yeah. No. But I also did not expect Minnesota to blow that entire lead as well.
Well, you should have, because Minnesota's blown leads like every game this year.
That is true.
Was anyone expecting the Broncos to win?
No.
I was happy.
Broncos going up by 30, beating Dallas 40-16.
It was like 30-16, I thought.
I think it was
30-0 at one point too. I mean,
that was in the fourth quarter.
But didn't they raise the score to 40 at the end of the game?
No.
Oh, it just stayed at 30.
Here's the thing about Dallas. Every year they're good. They always lose one game midway through the season that makes you shake your head why the hell they lost.
That's what I'm saying.
When 2014, maybe it's just 1 year I'm thinking of, and that's why I said every year, but 2014, they lost to Washington on Monday Night Football at home. Well, they won the division that year. This year, they're going to win the division. That NFC East division is a clown show.
It's been a clown show.
Yeah, you're right. It's been a clown show since the year Philly won the Super Bowl, because the most number of wins that a division winner has had since then is 10, and that was Dallas 3 years ago. But Dallas loses a game that they shouldn't have lost, but it's sometimes just a bad game. Call it for what it is.
Dak wasn't ready.
No, he wasn't. I mean, garbage time, he came back and he made it look entertaining at least.
Didn't help that Amari Cooper dropped a wide open pass.
Yeah. You gotta give Denver's defense credit though. Despite not having Von Miller on the team anymore, they still held down one of the most dynamic offenses in the league right now.
Yeah.
So
also, let's talk about. So, did you see the fake punt, or not the fake punt, the punt that Denver had that was blocked? But because the ball goes beyond the line of scrimmage, it doesn't matter where the initial first down marker was. If Denver picks the ball up and advances it, it's an automatic first down.
What the heck?
I did not know that rule until they showed it.
I was at a soccer game, so I didn't really see any of the 1 o'clock
soccer game.
USF.
Is that their women's soccer game?
Yeah, it was the AAC championship. I knew people going. They play NC State on Sunday.
Is that the tournament?
Yeah.
How about that?
let's see, Jacksonville, Indy, the Giants.
Are we gonna talk about that? Odell might be a Green Bay Packer this week.
Mhm.
He's a free agent.
Speaking of
Deshaun
Odell,
Jackson's a Raider.
I would not send Odell to Green Bay.
It was the top landing spots for Odell was Green Bay, Seattle, the 49ers, and the Saints.
Those are all teams that still have a chance.
I mean, the thing with waiver wire, and it's interesting, is the fact that if multiple teams put a bid on Odell, it's the person that had the worst record at the beginning of last year, which is the Lions. So technically, if the Lions want Odell and they put a claim on him for waiver, and assuming all those other teams put a claim on him as well, he goes to the Lions whether he likes it or not. But they have to pick up that existing contract of like $7 million.
Now, if Odell goes to the Lions, do the Lions get a win?
No.
No.
Well, I'm confident to say that the Lions will win at least one game this year. I couldn't tell you which one, but I figure that they're going to
maybe the Falcons.
I don't know. With how the Falcons have been playing this year so far, they're kind of surprising me. Here's the thing that I have with Odell. I've never Odell had one good season. I'd say two good seasons.
He had a good catch.
He had a good catch during his rookie year, and that transforms his career. But the problem with Odell that I have is everybody's giving him way too much credit. And they're expecting him to be this super great wide receiver, in which he's not.
So would you say?
No, Alex is right.
Would you say Mike Evans is better than Odell?
Yes.
Yes, easily.
What about Scotty Miller?
No, I don't consider Odell to be top 10. I don't even consider Odell to be top 20. And honestly,
what about top 50?
Top 50, yes, because there's at least, I don't know. But I would not put him in any category above 30. I don't think he's elite. I don't think he was ever elite.
So he's average.
I wouldn't even call him average.
He was overhyped like Johnny Manziel.
No,
because that's what happens when you have a generational catch. The introduction of the one-hand catches back in 2014. Because notice that, okay? That one-hand catch that he had backwards, since then, how many other one-hand catches have you seen? That is almost, it's so impressive when you see it.
I think he had one against, he had one in like 2016. But to your point, Odell has been drama. He's been
drama.
Ever since that catch, and really ever since that infamous boat trip he and the Giants wide receivers took before the playoff game in 2016. But what the Browns-Bengals game proved on Sunday was that the Browns are clearly better without Odell.
Odell was just too much drama.
Exactly. They looked much more in sync. They were able to do what they do best, which is run the football. Nick Chubb is a really, really good running back.
You know who's drama? Sorry for interrupting you, Frankie. But
I'm trying up to my team's 25-point loss. I think the Bengals played horribly. They just did not make enough big plays to win the game. Big plays in that game. Denzel Ward's 100-yard pick six. Donovan Peoples-Jones' 60-yard touchdown catch. Jamar Chase's fumble. Nick Chubb's 70-yard touchdown run. Those are all big plays in the game, and all of them went the Browns' way. You're not going to win a game like that.
Typically, usually teams have at least one big play per game, but the thing is that the Browns literally have 4 in one game.
Yeah.
Heck, you get rid of 2 of them, and it would have been maybe a closer game, but you figure the pick six, the fumble, Nick Chubb going completely off, Donovan Peoples-Jones of all people catching a 60-yard touchdown reception.
Well, he's done it against the Bengals multiple times, so
yes.
I got a little bone to pick
with.
No, it's not NFL, it's college.
Oh boy.
God.
USF. Brian Battle leads the nation and kick returns for touchdowns. He had 3 against Houston.
Well, then I won't mind it if we kick it off out of bounds so we can return, and then we'll just stop USF's offense from there.
Give Timmy McClain. And we have a good offense. It's just the defense.
I didn't want this to turn into a
Cincy will win, man.
College football conversation.
Cincy's going to blow it. I'm calling it.
Cincy's going to blow USF out of the
at
water.
Some point they will.
They said that about Houston. Houston's 20th ranked. Houston's 20th ranked. We held in. We lost by 10. And then Cincinnati has struggled against teams like they struggled against Navy, Tulsa, SMU. They struggle.
You won't struggle versus USF.
Houston struggled.
not winning by 10.
It's gonna be a close game, but
Guys, you said the kick returns, man. That won't happen versus Cincy.
I'm talking college football.
That's exactly what he's talking about too. He's talking about University of Cincinnati. He's not talking about
Cincinnati. They'll somehow blow it. I mean, this city's under, as you know.
Yeah. USF just has to hold the lead. That's it.
I mean, why don't you tell me what's like, Anthony, to live in Tampa Bay, where you got the Lightning winning back-to-back Stanley Cups and the Buccaneers winning a Super Bowl, plus the Rays are a good baseball team.
The Rays lost in the first round.
Still, they get to the playoffs more frequently than the Reds do.
Yeah.
Put it to you this way.
Imagine having a city full of bandwagon fans.
Well, that's probably what this city will become once we win. The Rays made the playoffs in 08, 10, 11,
09.
19 and 20 and 21.
Yeah.
7 times. The Reds have only made the playoffs 4 times since 1995. The Rays were established in 1998. I'll put it to you that way.
Damn. I'm just happy the Braves won the World Series.
I think everybody's happy that the Braves won the World Series.
Oh yeah, I was born in Atlanta, so I am.
And I was born just outside of Atlanta, so I'm not going to complain about it.
So then, how are you a Dolphins fan, and how are you a Bengals fan?
Anthony, I've explained this to you like multiple times. My family is from Miami, and I was enveloped into it from birth.
Your first shirt was a Miami Dolphins shirt. I'm taking.
You know, I think my dad can answer that, and I'm gonna say yes. So, but anyway, okay, back to football.
Yeah.
Let's see. Baltimore had a good comeback win against Minnesota. Excuse me, fire Mike Zimmer. I'm surprised that hasn't happened yet.
He should be done.
He should have been done a couple games ago.
Give him the can.
I mean, you go 0-3, should have been fired, and then you know what? You march up to 3-3. Okay, you look better, and then now you're back down to 3-5.
Lose to a backup quarterback and you blow a 14-point lead on the road.
I'm sorry. He should have been fired last week because of that.
He'll be fired at the end of the year.
Can we talk about the game last night?
The Pittsburgh?
Oh, the
Chicago
penalties?
game.
That was I'm sorry. The refs gave Pittsburgh that game.
No,
they did.
Yeah.
Some horrendous calls.
But Justin Fields can throw.
The thing with Justin Fields, and I'm pretty sure Leon can agree with me on this, the Bears overall have had some close games and some that they should have won. But the problem is that Matt Nagy is holding this team behind.
Yeah.
So fire Matt Nagy.
Well, yeah, that's been the Chicago MO like the past 2 years now. I mean,
is Chicago the new Cleveland?
No, because Chicago's already won 3 games.
Best play calling was at the end of the game.
What was that, Leon?
Yeah. Well, I was saying at the end, you can see they let him play free more laser. They opened up the playbook fast, how they should be playing. That's why the offense looked
They need more trick plays in football.
No, I think there should be. I think the amount of trick plays that we have already is enough. You got to keep those special. You got to keep them good, short, sweet. You can't expect trick plays because then it makes them not special anymore. Like the Philly special. Who expected the Philly special to happen in the Super Bowl of all times? No one. That's what makes the Philly special the Philly special. It was a trick play that, was literally probably drawn up on the sidelines.
And when we came out with the Wildcat, everybody wants the coffee now.
I swear to dude, I mean, I don't know why. Like the Wildcat was introduced and then
Wildcat's amazing.
Every team utilizes the Wildcat in some capacity now. Because the thing is that when you see the running back lining up under center, you know that they're just going to run the ball. So you think you just commit almost every – you really think a running back is going to throw the ball?
You never know. You never know.
You're right. You never know. It could happen. But I'm just saying, like, if you see a running back under center receiving the ball, you send seven guys after him because 99% of the time it's going to be a run.
Just going punt formation.
God.
Well, the NFL is a copycat league. I mean –
yeah, the no fun league.
No fun league.
Look at what the Bengals are doing. Look at what the Bengals when they hired Zach Taylor because he's a Sean McVay disciple, and you're starting to. I think you have seen a few things that McVay's offense is like.
Like what?
Play action.
Yeah, I like play action.
Play action is a staple of a McVay offense.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing you're seeing too is off-script plays. Bengals have done a lot of off-script. Bengals have gone off-script on a lot of plays recently.
Oh, so
You'll see Burrow kind of roll out to the right. He'll fake a handoff left, roll out right, and hit a receiver on the edge like the Boyd touchdown against the Jets.
Mm.
You'll see some flea flickers. That's not that's sort of off-script.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see a bunch of misdirection. So there's more creativity to the Bengals offense. The problem is when Jamar doesn't have a great game, you need to target Boyd and Uzama, and they didn't on Sunday.
That's fair.
Tyler Boyd only had 2 targets.
Oh, that's nothing. That's nothing from the guy that would get almost everything last year.
Yeah.
The let's see. One game we haven't talked about was Arizona, San Francisco.
What
James
even
Conner
happened?
running all over the place. 171 rushing yards and 2 or 3 touchdowns.
Crazy.
I still can't believe I picked San Francisco.
Didn't we all?
No,
Arizona won with the backup quarterback too.
The famous Colt McCoy.
Colt McCoy.
Didn't he used to be a Falcon?
And he played for Washington all those years ago during the Robert Griffin era.
Yeah, the good old days.
He played with the Browns and they beat Tom Brady in 2010.
That is true. Yes. All right. I think we talked about pretty much everybody.
That's pretty much it.
You guys got anything else to add before we call it?
Can't wait to hear Anthony's spicy predictions.
Yeah, I know, right?
How's your Pubway?
Allegedly. Pubbo's good.
So, but anyway, thank you so much for watching. Leave a like, leave a comment, tell us what you think about this past week. Let us know any suggestions you might have, anything at all. Leave a comment. Doesn't matter what.
Anything, please.
But thank you so much. We're gonna have the predictions video out shortly, and without further ado, we'll probably just get running with that just now. So thank you so much for watching. We'll see you all real soon.
We'll see you all soon.